In this part of my lecture, I shall be talking about yet another figure of speech, that is apostrophe. You are very much familiar with the word apostrophe. Here, I'm not talking about the apostrophe that we use in our writing. Apostrophe here is a figure of speech in which a speaker directly addresses someone or something who is not present or cannot respond in reality. A speaker addresses someone or something that is not present or cannot respond in reality. In a Marathi song, you must have come across this kind of apostrophe. Nisarga Raja Aika Sangato. So Nisarga Raja, when the speaker says Nisarga Raja Aika Sangato, Nisarga Raja means nature, the king of nature. And nature is not present over there to respond to the person. So in English as well, in many poems we come across such kind of address, and this address uh, is an example of the figure of speech, apostrophe. So the entity which is being addressed cannot be absent, dead, or can be. I'm sorry, not cannot be, can be an absent, dead, or imaginary person. It can be also an inanimate object like stars, ocean, wind, etc. Or it can be an abstract idea like love, fate, etc. Or it can be the god, goddess, etc. A celestial being, we can say. So, a person, the poetic speaker, may address a dead person, an imaginary person, an absent person, a person who is not present around, or a person may address an inanimate object, okay, or an abstract idea. So, what we understand through the discussion is that apostrophe is a direct address to some inanimate thing or some abstract idea or some person. As if when we talk about inanimate thing or abstract idea, this address may appear to us just like an address to a living person. Okay. And when somebody is talked, somebody is addressed, a person is addressed, the address is as if the person were present around. For example, boy's mother, okay, loved him very much. Is not an example actually of apostrophe. It is a punctuation mark. When I say boy's mother loved him very much, is not an example of apostrophe. But when we say, oh boy, you should have been here. Oh son, you should have been here. Oh son is an example of apostrophe. But boy's mother, son's mother, I'm just giving an example, cannot be an example of apostrophe. That is actually a punctuation mark. You can see here, after boy, apostrophe is used. That is a punctuation mark. But oh Julius Caesar or oh Romeo. So these are the examples of apostrophe. Oh wind, oh stars, listen to me. Hey wind, take my message. So in Kalidasa's Meghdut, for example, the poet addresses the clouds. You might be knowing, clouds become messengers for the poet. In many of the poems by P.B. Shelley, the romantic poet, we come across the use of apostrophe. He talks to the birds. He addresses the wind, or to the west wind. He addresses this, what you call, Ode to the West Wind is the poem by John Keats. He addresses the skylark. So this is how we understand that apostrophe is an address to an inanimate thing or an abstract idea. For example, a speaker may say, "Oh love, how cruel you are. Oh love, how tender you are." So this is how an address is made. Now, when we understand the origin of the word apostrophe, it again comes from the ancient Greek word and it means turning away. In an ode, actually, I'm not going into details of the things, turning away in a kind of performance, in a dance performance. Because to perform apostrophe on stage, an actor turns away from the scene to address an abstract entity. So it is a kind of exclamation, we can say. Apostrophe is it's a kind of exclamation. For example, oh, as when Juliet cries out, oh Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? It is a line from Julius Caesar. So Romeo is not present around her, and she's talking to Romeo as if he's present around her. Okay, so this is how we understand the use of apostrophe in literature.